Oh, is that what Craig's into?
Yep.
Is Craig a dirty little boy?
Yeah.
I couldn't even say that with a straight face. Speaking of fetishizing characters who are some form of animal. Wow, that lighting does nothing at all. I'm going to turn my light back on.
Hey guys, welcome to What Are We Reading?
Because apparently fantasizing animals means light bulbs.
Hey.
I don't like how that looks. I need to turn that on.
Look,
Good
there's
job.
nothing sadder than a flaccid penis.
Oh my
No.
God.
Anyway.
Oh my god, this session's gonna be so much worse because we can see each other's faces.
Except
Which
for
means
me,
that
because
we'll
I can't
actually
see
have
anybody.
chemistry.
Oh no, we feed off like it's already bad being in a voice chat together, but like when you add cameras to the mix, whoo.
Yeah. Because then
You
we
thought
can
it was
actually
normal all along, but it was me, Dio.
Como deal, da.
I literally have never watched that show, but I know that meme.
Everyone knows the memes. Like
And the weird like
Goodbye, Jojo. Anyway, we're on chapter 14 of Sonic High School. You can probably tell that it was Sonic High School from the title of the episode.
You know,
have eyes.
if you don't have eyes, I'm sorry.
Like, maybe we have some blind listeners. Anyway, we're on chapter 14. Death is coming for us all. The play. Right, this is also apparently written by DarkDoomFireMaster. Our pain is never ending. Sonic and Amy got to high school and went to the play, which was at the school, which was city, was in the state, which was in the country, which was on the continent, which was on the planet, which was in the solar system, which was in the galaxy.
Far, far away.
When they got to the auditorium,
You're
I can't hear you. All I heard was when they got to the auditorium.
Yeah. Look, this is what y'all have done to him, guys. You just
Y'all
absolutely
scarred him
just
to the point where he can't even make full sentences.
just disappeared.
Yep.
Yup.
He's fainted out of existence because he could not handle the pain. This is our podcast now, Ichi-Tan.
This is our podcast. Yep, it is.
Yeah.
I believe I disappeared. Oh,
damn it! He came back.
Dang it!
I disappeared in the middle of a mental breakdown. Cool. Anyway.
Mood.
Was right. This is episode 7.
Yeah.
When they got to the auditorium, they were not expecting to be surprised, but they were, because the auditorium was actually full of men and women idiots waiting to see the play. Thank
you for insulting everybody. Good job.
Thank you for insulting the typical viewers of theater. Cool young people, such as high school students, did not come to see the play unless they had to. The place was so full that Sonic and Amy had to sit in bad seats surrounded by strangers that could have been dirty or usually did cry. Okay, well, that was just being classist. Wasn't expecting that one.
I mean, are we surprised at this point?
Sonic doesn't like the idea of poor people touching him.
Ow.
You alright there?
Eh.
Alright. Swear you said ow.
I might have. Who knows?
And granted, usually when you're, like, watching a stage production, you don't see a lot of poor people in the audience.
To pay for a ticket, duh.
Yeah, theater's kind of like the whole joke is that it's, like, made by poor people for rich people. Granted, this is a high school production, so. Then again, is there anything really more poor than children?
Children.
There's only one thing worse than a child. Anyway, Sonic looked around the place and saw Rouge and Knuckles Jr., who was a baby, sitting really by the door out. What does that mean? And Tails and Cream all the way on the other side, which is where they probably would have sat anyway because Tails hated Sonic to the sky. Sonic also saw Shadow sitting around places, but he did not get in a seat because he was too bad for that. Yeah, the true bad boys stand in the back of the theater.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly how this works.
He's just T-posing in the aisle.
Angrily T-posing like this, like. Okay, dude who's just like literally all chest and torso for like 5 miles.
And then leg for another 10. God, this is an uncomfortable position to be in.
I was waiting for you to like finally just be like, you know what, screw this. This is too uncomfortable for me.
I'm just gonna sit like this for the rest of the podcast.
Do whatever
Could
suits
be.
you.
Not seeing anything and just imagining what y'all are doing.
He's just a head.
Oh,
Not even a
amazing.
full head.
He's become a floating half
Just
head.
like an eye
Nice.
and foreheads, and now there's some hair. A little tiny tuft of hair. Oh, there's a head. There's a head. That's an eyeball. There's a nose, a face.
He's morphing.
Mighty Morphin Power Ranger!
It's highly amorphous. I basically just melted into goo.
He did. He melted into goo, and it was weird.
I believe it's Ichi-Tan's turn to read.
Right. We are at the play now, said Amy to Sonic, even though she was surrounded by people who were neither of them. I wonder when it will begin. I too am surrounded by people who are not me.
Thank you, Amy, for telling us where we are after we specifically headed here. Your wisdom knows no bounds.
Ay. It's going to start soon, said Sonic back to Amy. What I am wondering is not that, but it is if Charming is going to mess up big time because he has been acting weird all week. I bet you he will. Sonic laughed about this because it did not really matter to him, but it did to Charming.
Ends up like that one stage production in which the guy had like a heart attack at the time his character was supposed to have a heart attack. And so
I
when
mean,
he fell over
he
dead,
really
they thought
got
he
into
was...
character.
I knew he was a method actor, but this is a bit far. But no, it was during a stage production, and so like they thought he was just acting as he just fell over. I shouldn't be laughing. It's a terrible thing that happened.
I shouldn't be laughing. Ha ha ha.
I shouldn't be laughing, but apparently I'm a social sadist. The play they were doing was The Christmas Story, even though it was not Christmas time. So they thought it was a good idea to do anyway.
Yes.
Okay. In the play, Silver played Joseph. I was thinking A Christmas Carol. I got my hopes up.
No, the Christmas story. When they say Christmas story, I was hoping like what that fucking one with like shoot your eye out.
Oh, that fucking. I think it is just called A Christmas Story.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah,
said I thought it was that.
I couldn't fucking remember the name because that movie means nothing to me anymore after the flagrant commercialization of it. Lack of a better term. It's just white noise now. Static. 24
Static.
marathon of static on the television every year. Play Joseph. Who was Jesus' dad? I mean, I guess you're not wrong, yeah. Charmy played Mary. Because even though he was not a girl, everyone thought he was anyway. Give it a few years, femboys will be fetishized to all hell. And then
Mood.
IRL boys are gonna end up going through a lot of emotional torment. Baby version Jesus was going to be played by Knuckles. Who fit into the role now that he was a baby? What was the plan before that?
Normal Knuckles just be wrapped up and trying to sit in a tiny little manger and just be the baby
My
anyway.
favorite part of the nativity scene, my favorite part of the nativity scene is Knuckles in the manger.
Goodness.
Oh God.
That's a
Sonic
face.
Sonic and Amy sat patiently in the seats they were in, even though Sonic could have been out running around. Sonic waited by rubbing Amy's leg and seeing how close he could get his hand to her vagina before she rubbed him off. Sonic determined that Amy was prime and ready for sex because her vagina felt hard and loose as far as he could tell when he could get close to it with his hand before the play began. He almost forgot totally that he had a deadly ball disease.
The fuck, do not finger Durasso in the fucking theater. I shouldn't have to say that.
The play eventually started, and it was just as gay as you thought it would be. Okay. There was singing and songs, but otherwise it was just like the Christmas story always was. Mary got a letter from an angel saying that she was going to have a baby, but she did not want to have the baby at home because the king would not let babies vote. Yeah, this is totally it. So
wait.
Mary and Joseph rode bikes all the way from London to Jerusalem. Yep, this was the Christmas story, guys. When they got there, the hospital was full, so they went to a barn and had the baby in there. And it turned out to be the legendary hero Jesus. Though through the whole play, Silver did a really good job, and Charmy did an okay job. But everyone sure believed he was a woman because his voice was so high and girls. Yes. The description
Yes.
was high and girls, not girly.
Man,
girls.
I wish my voice was high in girls.
Oh my goodness. And apparently Jesus was supposed to be born in a hospital. They rode bikes from London to Jerusalem. Let's think of geography. London to Jerusalem on a bike. Is there let's see. Isn't there
also the angel
problem with water? Water?
Hmm.
Also, the angel just handed Mary a letter.
Yeah, didn't say anything.
We're gonna overlook that. Fear not. Here's your mail, and goodbye.
not, here's your mail, and don't worry, it's not anything from what's the name of the terrifying tax thing? IRS. It's not from the IRS.
Hello, Mary. We've come to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Hello, Mary.
Oh.
Yes, we have found a 2019 Nissan in your name, found in the middle of nowhere in Texas, with traces of blood and cocaine inside. It's
That
always
was
in Texas.
Yeah.
It's always in Texas, I swear.
always in Texas.
That fucking scam, it always says that it's in Texas. Oh boy, my brain.
My dad got one of those IRS tax office calls today. Apparently out of again a town here in Texas, and my dad decided to have fun with them. And he's like, it took the guy a few times repeating Phil my dick as my name for him to realize that I was fucking with him, and hung up.
I still think my favorite one of those. There's this guy, Kit Boga, and what he does on Twitch is he does what's called scam baiting, in which he purposely calls like these numbers, and he'll just give them the runaround to waste their time and allow his audience to know like the tricks that they'll try to employ. And for one of them, he had like memorized the script that they read out. It started mentioning details of it before they did. So he mentioned like the exact make and model car they were gonna bring up. I'm like, all this shit. Anyway.
Oh yes, you mean this car? And they're like, wait, what?
Yeah,
Oh, did you mean this car?
my grandson was borrowing this car. I hope he's all right. Anyway. Then they got to the ending where Jesus was to have her baby out. That
Jesus was to have her baby out?
Did I say Jesus? I said Mary. I
Oh,
swear I
yeah,
said
you said
Mary.
Jesus. You said Jesus was to have her baby out.
Or Mary was to have her baby out. I was more just the phrasing makes it seem more like this is just. I don't know how exactly to take the phrasing there.
Head empty, no thought.
Yes, a babyectomy, otherwise known as a cesarean.
Mood.
Mary flipped onto her front.
That's hot.
I don't think that it's a good idea to lay on your stomach while giving birth.
You don't know my life.
Now, I know that the whole thing of women lying on their back was started by this one dude who just liked to watch women giving birth.
It was like one of the French kings or something like that. Because it used to be you just kind of you
royalty.
sat in sat in the chair. No, they had this special chair that didn't have like a bottom to it that you sat in, kind of helped made it easier to just somebody's basically down there to catch the baby.
His little basket. But no, this was a weird pervert who liked to watch women giving birth. And that's why women lie on their backs while giving birth in the hospital.
Are you kink shaming a king?
Yes.
But remember, in this story, they don't come out of the proper area. Babies come out of the butts.
I was about to, flipped over onto her front. Jesus pulled.
I mean, sometimes I give birth to a baby out of my butt after I've had Taco Bell.
Oh.
No. Mary flipped onto her front and pulled Jesus out of her butt, which looked totally fake. I'd hope that it was not real for this high school stage production. A lot of problems here. Sonic could tell, even with special effects.
What the fuck is going on?
What special effects? Did you look ahead or something?
A little bit.
Wait. Goes to Jesus up to show God, and they gave him to Mary, who was actually Charmy. Charmy looked at Jesus, Knuckles, really close, and then reached into his clothing with the hand that was not holding him, and pulled out a knife. It's time to crucify the baby.
Ooh.
Time to get murdered, said Charmy as he started to kill Knuckles. Just as he began to do this, silver bodily flew into him and knocked Knuckles up and away from Charmy.
Joseph and Mary are fighting over trying to keep the baby alive.
It's a bit early to crucify Jesus.
Yeah, you gotta wait.
You gotta wait like 30 years.
Yeah.
Just wait till Oily John just gets those 12 teenagers he hangs out with.
Oh my god, what is happening? Said Amy, who was startled hard. Not just regular startled, but startled hard.
Being startled tends to give me an erection, too.
I mean, it's time to kill Knuckles, obviously, said Sonic to Amy. It was true, and people started being yelling and screaming. People started to being yelling. They became.
You ever be yelling?
Ah! Bee! Ah! Actually, no, that's not me. Whenever I see a bee, I'm like, hi, little baby, come here.
Yeah.
I love bees. Little buzz, buzz, buzz. Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Just then,
Wake up,
a
Blathers.
gunshot came out from me shooting. Oops, no, I'm kidding. Just then, a gunshot came from the back of the audience.
Jasmine's had enough more shit and she's packing heat.
Cocking the shotgun now. I'm kidding.
Ooh, can I be first? I mean, no, don't shoot me.
I was gonna say, if like, stand, like, one in front of the other, she can get us both in one go. Real efficient.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's called a double barrel?
Ooh.
I'm kidding. I'm horrible. Next.
Shadow pulled out his gun from his spot. Was he using the old prison wallet?
Yes.
Pistol was up his ass. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
And aimed it at Charmy B from the back of the audience. Shadow fired his gun, and the bullet hit his head. But he must have been wearing a gun-proof helmet. Because the bullet from the gun went off his head and up into the ceiling where it hit a light, and the light fell down along with other things. Charmy suffered a severe concussion and died later on as a result.
Poor Knuckles.
Poor Knuckles just traumatized by the situation. Is he still in the air? The baby got yeeted. Has he fallen yet?
He doesn't fall yet.
Has the baby hit the ground? Has the baby yeeting ended? Something from the ceiling fell into the back of the stage where the props are, and one of the props was a bomb that they used for some things. The prop was a real bomb, though, and when the thing hit it, the bomb exploded. This is one hell of a high school production.
Yeah.
So bomb. Right.
Ah,
That bomb exploded with such a huge explosion. Like a bunch of horses made of fire running through the place. Suddenly,
uh,
these people. What?
I, my brain's melting.
Suddenly, these people did not care about the play anymore because the place, was full of fire and, could kill you. So, like, Rouge and Knuckles Jr. already got out quick right away because they were by the door. And Sonic looked and saw Amy next to him was almost unconscious
It's a different kind.
because of all the
Like,
fire and smoke and shocking things.
how
Sonic,
do you,
like
how do you
picked
end
her
up?
up and ran out of the auditorium with his fast speed. Sonic found Rouge and Knuckles Jr. outside in the hallway where it was safe. Because, the hallway that's connected to this auditorium totally wouldn't be on fire either.
Fire can't go through doors. We know this. Um,
Fires like vampires that must be invited to go past a door.
Hello, emergency services. My house is on fire. Well, why'd you invite it in? Really, this is your own fault.
He had a really good sales pitch. He promised me s'mores.
I'm just because like that spelling of the word conscience is more referring to like the whole moral center thing, as opposed to conscious. You have conscience and conscious. So what does it mean when you put the on in front of conscience?
The world explodes.
Yeah,
But
Like,
only in the auditorium.
are we saying that you're just lacking like moral fiber?
Yeah.
because
Are you?
apparently theater people keep a real bomb as a prop, for one
And
thing.
I
For another thing, the auditorium, whenever the bomb explodes, because it's very sensitive apparently, will just keep the explosion with all the shockwave and all the shrapnel and everything within the auditorium and just have a fire.
That's how you know it's a well-built theater.
And the fire only stays inside the auditorium. Good job.
I
Are you okay, Red Rouge? Knuckles Jr. predicted that this would happen, so we sat by the door so we could get out easy. Don't worry about Knuckles, your other child. No, don't worry about Knuckles at all. Knuckles Jr. can predict the future. That's the one you need to take care of.
woo. Yeah, we're okay," said Sonic. "Amy here is going into a shock attack." There's nothing she will not get over. Wow, Sonic is just a great boyfriend. Oy. Sonic looked around and saw people running out, but there was a lot of other people still stuck in the auditorium, and some of them were fainted. Don't worry, they'll show up in the Pokemon gym in a bit. I mean, Pokemon Center. Give him a little while. You all right there?
Stop giving yourself a blowjob.
I'm not giving it to myself.
Ooh.
Anyway, people were leaving and not helping the other people get out. The lunch lady who had ears but was deaf. I I just was running into the auditorium and carrying women and children back out. The lunch lady lived in Mongolia by herself as a child and became very strong for carrying trees back from the frozen forests to the villages where she traveled between so she could carry stacks of people. I'm imagining like that one thing of like that news broadcast of All Might carrying a mountain of people, but it's just this fucking built like Mongolian woman. Deaf
Mhm.
Mongolian
Mhm.
woman. Fucking hell. Let's see. Since she was deaf, all the noise the fire was making did not bother her because she could not hear. I I don't think the
What,
noise is the problem.
what does deaf mean then? The author had to re-explain it as she could not hear. Huh?
I don't know. Why did the author point out that she had ears?
Apparently, deaf doesn't mean you can't hear, because he had to reiterate that. And then on top of that, deaf people aren't supposed to have ears?
Well, no. According to the author, deaf means that you can't hear. It's just that apparently they thought that other people didn't know that deaf means you can't hear. It'd be kind of like if I were to write a story with a blind character and then explain what blindness is.
What is
Over
blindness?
excessively explained it.
Eyes don't work.
Really?
What?
But no, I've
It's
had
not
coffee
like we
with deaf
talked
people. I
about
get definitely.
blind people at the very beginning of this podcast. What?
Wait, did we talk about blind people?
You said something about using your eyes, and then I was like, unless you know you don't have eyes.
And then you explained how, yeah, we might have listeners that are blind, so they can't read the
I did
little
say that.
title.
Yeah, you did say that.
See, the problem is
You
I don't
did.
listen to myself. No one listens to me, including me.
I listened and I pointed out your flaws. Good job.
Oh my god!
Did you just say that you listen enough to point out his flaws?
Holy shit! Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome, Llytic.
I was really expecting you to say son there. And
Are you
I
winning,
was
son?
tempted to.
no.
I was tempted
No, I am
to.
not.
So.
Are you winning, son? I'm experiencing all of the human emotion without any medical buffer, so no.
Are you having a shocking attack too?
Yes.
Oh boy. No, I've had coffee with deaf people before. I can tell you, they have ears. It was part of the
Really?
class assignment. Yes. But no, because I took like 3 years of American Sign Language. And the third year, part of the
Excuse
whole
me.
thing was like, interact with the deaf community. It was like, well, like once a week at like roasters, there would just be like a deaf coffee night, in which like a bunch of deaf people from the area would just come over and have coffee together.
Cool.
I was asked if I smoke weed.
Mood.
I didn't know what the sign for weed was, so I was very confused what this man was asking me. Because, fun fact, the sign for weed is very similar to the sign for strawberry.
Nice.
So you were like, yeah, I eat strawberry.
Literally, weed.
Eat strawberries. I like strawberries with sugar. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
it's
Really?
weed with sugar, man.
So
because
strawberries
it's
that
like
so
it's like this.
straw okay, so
You go
strawberries
ahead.
is that, and then like weed is.
Yeah, it's sideways.
So I knew that for weed, but I didn't know that for.
Yeah, because like the way you eat a strawberry.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you're
yeah,
eating
yeah,
a
yeah.
goddamn thing, you just like pop it in your mouth with like the little end in your hand fingers.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like the main ones I remember the sign for sausage. Why do I remember the sign for sausage? No, it's not
Good
that.
job.
No, it's like that.
Huh?
Yeah, it's like the
Why
lumps
does
of a
this?
sausage.
Why does this seem more like a double-ended dildo?
Because you're a pervert. But no, that I remember the signs for hungry and thirsty. Thank you. You're welcome.
Of course, you remember the size for thirsty.
The thank you one is kind of funny because for some reason, the phrase I seem to know in the most languages is thank you.
Thank you.
Like I know it in
Thank you.
German,
Don't come again.
uh,
It's a tiny little baby.
language, and Japanese. That's 5 languages I know how to say thank you in.
I have a Jeremiah now.
I,
Maya. Jeremiah. Tiny little rodent thingy.
oh, are you talking about Pokemon or? Wait, which thing are you talking about?
I'm talking about Animal Crossing.
Okay,
I
I
love how
wasn't
no
sure
one
which
has
one you were.
worried about Knuckles the baby that apparently was yeeted in the air to keep from getting murdered. Hasn't
He's now
landed
on
apparently. Like no one's worried. Like this lady's supposed to
He's
take care of the
fine.
children, but
He's
no one
fine.
talks about getting Knuckles the baby.
He's fine.
He'll be fine. He's just on fire.
He might be dead already, so he's fine.
Honey? Honey, why is the baby on fire?
He was cold.
I need more jewelry.
I forgot about that skit.
I think one of the funniest moments to me was when I like marching band and like the fucking band director quoted one of them.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
It's fucking like mid-40s dude. Just suddenly quotes as the movie.
I discovered that my boss, quote unquote, loves Helsing Ultimate Abridged, so we just sat there and like quoted that back and forth at each other today.
I rewatched that like last month.
I need
Like,
to rewatch it. That's an outfit.
I can definitely say that it is one of those. Granted, it's true with like DBZ Abridged too, where over time it did get a lot better. What the fuck are you doing? Also,
I
who's
don't know
yawning?
what I'm doing. I think you're still working on your line.
No, I
Oh,
finished mine.
No,
oh,
it's
you
your
finished
turn.
your. And then we were making fun of that. Yeah, okay. We went off on a tangent.
We were
Sonic.
talking about deaf people.
Yeah. Sonic saw the lunch lady bring out cream, but Tails, who was not being brought out because he was not a woman or child. Sonic thought, damn, he is still my friend. Sonic swallowed his scary feelings and ran into the burning auditorium to Tails, who was passed out in front. Sonic picked Tails up and ran and brought his body outside to the hallway and began doing CPR on his body.
Oh, God, I just vomited into my mouth.
Sonic thought, this will look gay, but it did not matter because Tails was still his friend. Sonic pushed on his body and started kissing him to give him life again. Sonic kept kissing, and Amy and Rouge and Knuckles Jr. watched him as he kissed Tails' face, but Tails was not waking up.
It's making catatonic person. What the fuck are you doing? I'm administering CPR. Bitch, you are not.
Sonic, said Shadow on the side. Charmy escaped and is running through the school like a murderer now. Stop CPR kissing tails. You have to help us catch him.
But I want a CPR.
You called me thirsty. Well, then
You're welcome.
Silver gave. Can I have the receipt so I can return it?
No.
Then Silver gave Knuckles to Rouge and said, "He's safe now, but he needs to sleep." Rouge was so happy she could have kissed him, but did not.
Damn.
Ichi-Tan.
Sonic looked and said, Amy, finish doing CPR on Tails. I will let you and not get jealous. Gee, Sonic, you're such a swell guy.
I was just saying, if you get jealous over the fact that you're at those performing CPR on somebody, you really need to reassess your priorities.
Do you, though?
Yes.
Do you, though? Do you, though?
Yes.
Anyways. Sonic kissed her mouth and felt one of her boobs and ran off with Shadow and Silver to go catch the guy who was trying to kill Baby Knuckles that was now running around the school and could danger them all.
Speaking of,
Yay.
where's Baby Knuckles?
I think Silver gave him to Amy, or not Amy, gave him to Rouge. It was like, he's okay now. Yuck. Why did I fucking talk like Goofy?
I'll do it again.
And I'll do it again.
He needs to sleep. Not worried about how close the baby was to the bomb or how much smoke ventilation the baby got. Nah, just give him sleep and he's good.
Anyway,
He'll be fine.
And we're starting with Jess.
Okay, I'm gonna read this author note because this is author's. This is literally author's second note is above author's note. So author's second note is first. I fixie a typo.
I fix a typo.
And then below that starts the author's note. OCD trigger starting. Shut up! Shut up, son! Stupid kid.
By the way, the name of this chapter is also misspelled.
Son, I hate you. Stop it. Do you want me to read the second one? Second author's note? Or
yeah, you can read the second note, then I'll read the author's note, then I'll read the first paragraph.
Okay. Then author's note, which is still below the second author's note. I wrote this chapter on a train, and train is all in caps.
I mean, it's really exciting that he wrote this on a train.
But I mean, you're typing it. And I don't think autocorrect is that bad.
Now I just want to get on a train again. It has been years.
Chapter 15. And my new son is bullying me. And it's just laughing at me over my OCD.
You're welcome, Dad. Shadow and Silver ran ahead into the school, but Sonic stopped to go to the bathroom, and he took an enormous bad-smelling poop. Sonic. My brain is on another level of dyslexia today. Sonic knew he must be very emotional, because this poop was so big that when he tried to flush it, the big poop log just folded in half and clogged the toilet really easily, while looking like part of a really fat pretzel you get at the mall. Not like the little ones in bags from the supermarket. Sonic just said, "Forget it," and ran out of the now very stinky bathroom after Charmy B.
Because
Sorry,
that
do
was
what?
very important to talk about. And very
Apparently,
important.
Sonic Kid is empathic because it is just really affected by his emotions.
Really important to the story, apparently, that he took a big pretzel poo.
Ah. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Give me 1 second. I lost internet connection.
Oh, fun.
Taking a poo is more important than trying to take care of a murder that's just going around. First tried to kill a baby, and now it's just running around just trying to kill
As
anything that moves, apparently.
I was gonna say, if you failed to murder, are you if you failed the only murder you've really tried to do, are you a murderer?
I mean, apparently he's still running around trying to murder from what the story says.
This man has priorities.
Poo is more important than a murder, kids. Especially if it's stinky pretzel poo.
Look, I get that we got a murderer running around and all that, but I really gotta take a shit. Ooh.
Hold on. It's still trying to connect.
Okay, son? Now, son, whenever you need to see a murderer, first, stop being a vigilante and take a poo. Then you can be a vigilante. That's dad facts for you, dude.
Jess's dad facts.
Sonic passed Shadow and Silver, who were in different hallways going different ways. But he did not pass them at the same time because they were in different hallways, and because even though Sonic was very fast, he could not actually be in 2 different places at the same time. Sonic went one way, and Shadow went the other way, and Silver went another other way, and it kept happening.
Good job.
I too go another other way.
Good job.
You see it too.
Room that Sonic was the art room. It made Sonic remember having art class with Charmy B. Charmy could not control his gay urges like everyone else and used all of the colors in every picture. Where, like, Sonic just used blue and Amy just used pink, and other people were also normal like that. Sonic thought about how this was and that it was still surprising that Charmy could do something like this. Okay. So apparently you're straight if you color everything a solid color. So you can't
Well,
do
shit.
sunrise, no sunset. You can't do any. All peacocks have to be one color. They can't have variation. No feathers that are different colors. No. No. If you do an actual painting, you're not straight. Whoops.
That's
Damn
why
it.
Oopsie.
That's why
Son.
everything I paint is black, white, and purple.
Son, I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm not straight apparently.
That was good. That was good. That was really good.
Woo!
Comment down below if you got what he meant. Ooh.
Shadows went into a room, among other rooms. That was the car fixing room. Shop class? Shadow remembered how he had car fixing class with Charmy, and how Charmy was really terrible at fixing cars because it was not in him to do something that was like a man would do.
¿Por qué?
Did I just have a stroke? Shadow thought it was weird how Charmy could now do something that was so manly, like killing.
You know what? Fair enough, homeboy.
Nothing more manly than stabbing a baby.
Plot twist, the knife is just one of those plastic knives where whenever you push it in, it just collapses when to where the handle pushes against the skin. So instead of the knife going through, it just collapses into the handle. I am murdering. This is me murdering. See, no blood.
You know what? Maybe it's a good thing Jess can't see us right now because she'd be very concerned. She'd be so concerned.
Oh God,
You'd
they're
be
being
concerned
horny
if
again.
you saw me right now because I'm doing hand motions with what I'm describing. So you do not need to.
Should we tell her what we were just doing?
Llytic and Ichi-Tan are being horny, meanwhile Jess is being murderous.
We were making eye contact over camera and just licking knives.
Oh no, this was a feather pen.
Oh, I was licking a straight
Done.
knife.
I've told you before, don't do it on camera unless you're being charged.
Because,
If
like,
you
actual, like,
subscribe to my fans,
yeah.
I'm an
you'll
idiot.
find a link in the description below.
What?
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 No, I wasn't sure what you were licking. Just that you were licking something.
No, I was licking my pocket knife that's, like, completely dull because I need to sharpen it.
It's been worn down from all that licking.
Ichi-chan got a split tongue.
Oh crap, I glued my fingers together.
We're idiots. I think it's Ichi-chan. Is it Ichi-chan or my turn?
It is my turn. I think maybe.
Yeah, I made a joke about how manly it is to murder a baby.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And in one room that Silver ran into was the gym room, where Silver one time had gym class with Charmy B. He remembered how Charmy was positively the worst at sports and being an athlete, so it made him wonder why Charmy could do something that was actually doing something like killing.
What?
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard to murder a baby. Believe me. That sounds bad.
That sounds so bad.
Diane, what have you been doing in your extracurricular activities?
Killing babies.
No, look, okay. It's not my fault that apparently there's a summoning ritual out there that just brings me right to you that involves killing a baby. It's not exactly like I can determine what my own summoning ritual is.
Bite my tongue.
Anyway.
Oh.
Sonic and Shadow and Silver ran around and around. Eventually, they just got tired and could not find Charmy at all.
Okay.
Charmy was trying to be a murderer, but they were just tired of looking for him, so they sat down in chairs and didn't do anything else now. Back in the front of the school, Amy decided that she needed to go to the bathroom. Rouge went with her because she had to go too, and Cream stayed with Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. and Tails, who was still trying to become awake.
Bully. That was my line. You butt.
Whoops.
You butt.
Oh, jeez.
Horrible son. Respect your elders. I'm probably just gonna keep this joke for this whole session, probably, and then I'm gonna forget about it.
My dad is 2 years younger than me.
We don't talk about it, son.
Forget
I already told you
about
that I'm
me.
not straight because of how I paint.
Don't you forget about me.
Alright, do you want to read the next one so that we could just fix this issue then?
Yeah, I'll take your part. Jeez. Most people had left the school by now, and there were still some waiting to get into the women's bathroom because Amy and Rouge did not feel like waiting in line. So they went into the men's bathroom, where normally it was that the people inside were men.
I mean, you're not.
Ooh,
I think you're
does
wrong.
that mean? Wait, then what's in men's bathrooms if it's not men? Wait.
I think there's a lot less cases of just like cis women going into the men's bathroom intentionally. Why are you sideways? I can do
sideways.
Shika.
There.
Amy and Rouge were not men, so this was against the rules. As soon as Amy opened the door, a super-powered smell hit her in the face. It punched her right in the nose because it was Sonic's poop smell.
Got his shit fast.
Oh my gosh. All I'm thinking about is those
Billy
cartoons
dogs
where
make up
it would
most of
be
my diet.
like one of those, where you would get a hungry cat, like the Tom and Jerry cartoons where the smell of something really good would float off in a steam and then hover over Tom's nose and just draws Tom into the food, but instead it's just a fist punching Amy in the nose.
It's exactly how it is.
It's a shit punch.
Because sometimes shit do be like that.
I mean, usually shit be like that. That'll be real. Generally. Anyway, I believe now it would be Ichi-Tan's line.
I believe now I shall go yeet myself off a cliff.
Please do not.
Anyways, oh my god, screamed Rouge. What is that smell? La, 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 la.
You never been in a bathroom
to fix
before,
the
Rouge?
problem. Not a men's bathroom, remember.
Ew. Oh god, that's gross.
You ever been in like a truck stop bathroom?
I might have just bought a shit ton of stuff to do Snow White and not be able to do it because it's apparently going to be like 16 degrees on Sunday with a high chance of snow.
Wow.
See, you can be literal Snow White now.
No! Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Case the whiteness is mostly hypothermia.
Fuck.
Cool.
Or I guess it'd be more of a snow blue.
Just put a lot of white foundation over it. It's fine.
Oh no, my baby's sick!
We're hiding the frostbite with fucking makeup.
Yep.
Run to the store.
I'm just looking at this first line that I have to read, and I'm like, okay. I have
That is
heard
not the
this
store.
smell a million times before. I have heard this smell a million times before.
Maybe she's like those people that like register sound as colors.
Like has synthesia or whatever.
Yeah, synesthesia. I know there's other versions of it too, like where it's
Yeah.
different. Like sometimes it's like a certain thing ends up being interpreted as shapes or whatever. Like this smells like triangles.
Is it bad that I think of Ratatouille? How when he ate something and it just made different colors and shapes?
Are we saying that Remy had synesthesia?
Yeah, probably.
Granted, there is already a Remy is trans theory.
Not gonna get into that. That's for another time. Said Amy to Rouge. Because she says that too.
Rouge, for the love of fuck, we're not talking about trans male Remy.
No! Jeez, Rouge, get your crap together! Literally.
This is not the
horrible.
conversation I want to be having in the bathroom.
Who could say this because she was Sonic's girlfriend, meaning that she has been around Sonic pooping. This smell is Sonic's poop.
When you can smell his color. I think that you're a bit too close if you can specifically recognize the smell of their shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
What kind of kinky shit are my villagers into?
Same as Amy's, apparently, who knows Sonic's smell of poo.
I didn't need to know that, like, Amy was into scat. Anyway, Amy and Rouge went into the bathroom anyway because you can never get a break when it comes to going to the bathroom.
I mean, true.
You're not wrong. Depending on the place you're at, they won't let you like flush the toilet plate paper. You instead have to like throw it in a trash can next to the toilet.
Yep. And that's on
That's
poor plumbing lines. Or septic systems, at least.
Yeah. No matter what, you always end up going, even if you try to not, even if you try to not to all night. They were holding their hands above their noses. Wait. What?
Like this.
How does this help?
It doesn't.
How does this help?
It just keeps it from going into your eyes.
Smell
It's
of
like
his poo is so horrible, it burns my eyes. I must cover my hand above
I told
my
Sonic he
nose.
needs to stop eating nothing but chili dogs, but he never listens.
I think the chili meat always comes from Taco Bell.
He just eats nothing but Wiener Schnitzel.
Oof.
I did. Whew.
There are a place that literally thing based around chili dogs. How have they not had a brand deal yet? I have yet to hear of a single like brand deal between like Sonic and Wiener Schnitzel. Anyway, and then Amy opened a stall door, and inside what was it? And inside what was a shocking thing to see, but she saw it anyway. It was Charmy B.
Mm.
That was English, I think.
Mm. Mm. Was it English, though?
Maybe. I don't know. Do I look like a linguist?
Yes.
Do I look like a cunning linguist to you?
Yes. Hmm.
I'm cringing at
Anyway.
what we have to read. Anyway,
Oh boy.
Where's my sassy penguin?
go away, Vicky.
There's my sassy penguin.
You can't kill what is eternal in the almighty dollar.
I did not sacrifice babies, apparently, for you, Mickey, for my son.
This lore is getting more confused by the second.
Screw you, Mickey. I
Anyways,
want a refund. I want my son. Anyway, it's your turn. You're still reading, Llytic. Dumb
No, I
kid.
finished mine.
he finished his line.
Charming
Ah!
being in the bathroom.
It's you! Screamed Amy in a scared and shocked way. You're a murderer!
Not yet, said Charlie. Don't read ahead. Do not read ahead. It's bad. Anyway, not yet,
Where?
said Charmy. But now I will start to be by killing you. Charmy jumped at her from inside the stall and into Amy, and they fell back. And Charmy was on top and holding a knife and was about to cut Amy apart when Rouge came over and kicked Charmy, and he flew off her body and over to the wall by rolling. Do not read ahead. No.
For what I said, this feels like a fetish piece.
Bad son, you're supposed to listen to me. Gosh, crap it.
This is Rouge. I haven't even read ahead. I'm just looking at the line I have right now. Rouge flapped her bat wings at Charmy to push all of the horrible poop air at him. It all went to him. And then Charmy got up and ran right at Amy with his knife and cut her on the leg because he is short, and then jumped back.
Ow! Said Amy. I'm dying. Amy fell backwards and got dizzy.
I love how you put so much emphasis in the ow, but then just went completely dead and said, I'm dying. Didn't put any emotion in that one at all. Ow! I'm dying.
Here, let me give you a visual representation of what's about to happen in your line. Hold on.
No.
It's okay, I can't bend like that.
Hey.
Ooh,
Life is
Leave me, said Rouge. Use your special move while you can. Amy knew what Rouge was talking about, so Amy used her special attack. This was what I was warning about.
Why did I get this line?
Because
this is what you get for skipping me last time.
I would have got this line regardless.
I don't care.
I know I have to read about the menstruating hedgehog. Amy pearl blood and opened her legs, and a stream of blood shot at Charmy. Since Amy was so good at being nice and caring, which is using your heart, Amy was able to speed up her heart so fast that her blood pumped out of the wound on her legs like a super soaker filled up by... Okay, so it's not that.
or is it?
No, it's specifically saying that this is like from when Charmy stabbed her.
Horrible.
But it
No.
could be a combination.
It's a triple shot, is what you're saying?
It's a triple shot.
Each leg in the batch?
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
the blood hit Charmy in the face, and blood and and body, not the face and body, and all over really, and it was steaming and burning him. Amy, please see a doctor. It is not supposed to be steaming.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
That's the acid powers.
I see it after. But he looked like he didn't care. Amy looked shocked and yelled, "How can you be so invincible?"
Then Rouge said, I bet he can't handle my special attack, Romance Bite. Rouge flew with her bat wings and went over to Charmy and bit him right in the neck using her fangs and tried to make him fall in love with her, but it did not work because, apparently he's so gay.
Also, I don't think that biting people is typically a good opener to that.
I mean, depending on some people.
I think at least start a conversation first.
Not working, cried Amy. He must have superpowers. He's going to kill us for sure. Amy and Rouge tried to get away from Charmy, but he kept blocking them and coming at them with the knife. They were finally trapped in the corner, holding on to each other in the best in show with their best in show boobs pressing up against each other and looking like the sexiest Legos ever.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I mean, I know Lego
that's
porn
the
is
concern.
insane, but you don't need to remind me.
Best in show boobs.
Well. Then, all of a sudden, Tails came into the bathroom and threw a piece of electronics at Charmy. Eat hard drive, bitch. Hey. Charmy looked up at Tails and said, you are supposed to be and then he died right there. Tails went over to Amy and Rouge and definitely stopped for a second to check out their boobs without them knowing. No, believe me, they always know. They always know. But then stopped and said, "You're safe now. That was not Charmy. It was a robot."
Really?
Pain. It's your line.
A robot? How did you know? Said Amy.
Tails, being the smartest, thought it was a question for idiots, but said, I knew as soon as Charmy was not being hurt by Sonic's poop stink. I was watching from the door. Normally, Charmy would have complained and passed out from smelling like that. But he did not, so I knew. As soon as that happened, I ran and went and got a robot killer device for my electronics.
I'm sorry, Tails, do you just have a habit of watching people shit?
Apparently watching people get cut, because he watched Amy's legs get cut, and then he probably watched them do their special attacks and then went. Because it was during the special attacks, or like right before it was when Rouge did the weird bat wing.
Yeah, like the very beginning of that. Or did he watch Charmy go in there, even though, no, he would have been passed out when they
whenever they threw the air at him. So he watched Sonic poo, then he watched...
Well, no, he was unconscious for that. He was unconscious until after they went into the bathroom.
So Tails apparently knows Sonic's poo smell as well.
They're really close friends.
Because apparently he knows really sticky poo that's like a pretzel. Oh, that's Sonic. That's my buddy Sonic.
I know that asshole anywhere.
Oh yeah, I do. Oh my god.
Alright. Ichi-Tan's camera seems to be having issues from my end.
Watching either of y'all's cameras.
Well, yes, I know that. Ichi-Tan, are you there? Oh,
Apparently not.
she's gone. There she is.
Yeah.
There she is.
Everything froze, so I had to
And
close out and come back.
yeah. Wow, thanks, said Amy and kissed Tails on the cheek for a reward.
Really,
He asked,
Tails? Sorry. Really, Tails? You saved us, said Rouge, and kissed Tails on the other cheek. This shows that you can be cool by being smart, except if you're a nerd ass. Literally what it says in the line.
I feel cold.
But nerd ass.
You know you like my nerd ass. Well. Not sure I like that implication.
Anyway. Tails and Amy and Rouge walked out of the bathroom and back to where Cream and Knuckles Jr. was. And soon Sonic and Shadow and Silver came back, and they were all back together. The lunch lady was the only other person still there, and she saw how tired they looked. So she made them all a bunch of... What? C-H... What? Bunch of meat sandwiches.
I think it's
And
supposed to
they
be
all-
chow.
Oh, chow meat. Wait. Are those things edible?
Yeah, that's why I was confused. It's like
Can you eat chow?
C-H-A-O.
Yeah, chow are the little, like, teardrop motherfuckers.
I was so confused. The lunch lady basically made them meat sandwiches, okay? And they all ate until their tummies were gonna burst. All the time, while they were eating, though, Sonic thought, but then where is Charmy? And where is the guy who made the robot? And so many other things. High school drama is just so crazy to be a part of.
Those are
No. No.
Those are chow.
That's terrifying.
They're eating.
Don't see a...
It's in the chat.
I think it's good that I don't see a picture of them.
Like, that's what they're eating. So, because it was the whole thing in one of the Sonic games, you could do a whole thing where you raised chow and then erased them. But yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Cool.
Cool.
It's working again. But yeah.
Of how
that was a fucking
the
nightmare.
babies were completely unattended to. Rouge, what is this motherly care? You let one of the babies go and be a baby Jesus, then Don't worry about that baby just right next to on the stage by a bomb that explodes. Baby gets saved. Yay, good baby. And then both babies are left. And everyone is running trying to find the murderer. But no one's taking care of the kids.
Think about the children.
No.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Murder, but they're like, kids are fine. They're infants. It's fine. They can just sit on the floor.
Exactly.
They're both able to talk, and one of them can see into the future. It's fine.
Yep.
Yeah, one of them full of that so Raven. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned it, but yeah, this one is a Patreon request. Or patron request, however you want me to pronounce it. If you want me to specify that it was requested by a patron, or specify that it was requested because of Patreon. But yeah. So, like, depending on the tier you go with, you too could suggest what story we read. We won't be taking fetish pieces. I don't care how cringy the porn you found on DeviantArt is. We are not going to read it for this.
Nope.
But yeah. Special thank you for Andre D, the person who requested this, as well as Summer Moon Soldier and Destiny Baird for supporting us on Patreon. Yeah. If you like what we do, support us in any way, then consider going down to that link in the description and pledging any amount of money you want. Every little bit helps. And if you can't, like, donate money, or you just flat out don't want to, but you still want to support us somehow, usual YouTube bullshit, all that sort of shit.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Is favoriting still a thing?
Sharing videos is a huge thing. Sharing our views.
Listen to this on repeat while you sleep. Don't.
No, this is my scallop.
You don't want to curse your brain.
Unless you just really want to, like, fall asleep listening to the sounds of my voice.
No, you gotta believe it's always my voice. Duh.
I don't know. Ichi-Tan's face right there. I think he's definitely just got an idea.
I am very sarcastic. It's just a known fact.
Just a super cut of every time I'm in pain because of a story just put together and then played on loop until she falls asleep.
But
yeah, I'm Llytic. This is Ichi-Tan.
I'm Jess.
That's Jess. This is What Are We Reading? We'll see you next